With 195 countries in the world, choosing where to move can feel a little overwhelming. And trust us, we know firsthand. For the past 5 years, we've been on a mission to find the perfect place to relocate and traveling to 62 countries along the way. But here's the thing. Visiting a country as a tourist and evaluating it for a potential home are two completely different experiences. And we learned this the hard way in Malta. Our first visit in 2022 was absolutely magical. We stayed in the capital of Valletta, and it had so much charm. But when we returned in 2025 and stayed in a more residential neighborhood, we got a completely different perspective of what it would be like to live in Malta. And it quickly made us realize that living there was not for us. Now, to save you from that same rude awakening we had, we put together this checklist of 15 key factors you should consider when you're scouting a new country to live in. Now, this list will help you see past all the touristy glitz and glamour and give you a true sense of what daily life would really be like living in that country. So, let's dive in. Hello, world travelers. I'm Kendra Lucas.
And I'm David Lucas. We're the duo behind Lucas World Travel. For the past 5 years, we've been traveling full time with one big goal: to visit 100 countries and then settle down in one of our favorite countries. But after exploring 62 countries, we're ready to put down roots and use our new home as a base for future adventures.
Now, first and foremost, the most crucial thing to consider is whether or not you can actually stay in your chosen country long term. If you don't qualify for a visa, your relocation dreams could be over before they even begin. Now, the most common visa options include student visas, work permits, a digital nomad visa, and retirement visas. Now, for us, the digital nomad visa is usually the best fit for us. But if a country doesn't offer one, it can be tough for us to qualify under other options. Now, fortunately, a quick Google search can give you a clear idea of which visa options are available and whether your dream destination is even an option for you.
The next thing you need to consider is whether suitable housing is available. Because if you don't like the quality of your home, you won't enjoy living there. Start by searching online for affordable yet high-quality rentals. Once you find 3 to 5 options you like, save their locations on Google Maps. Now, here's the key. You're not looking to secure that exact rental. It'll likely be gone by the time you're ready to move. Instead, your goal is to scout the neighborhoods where these rentals are located. This is something you can only truly assess in person. You'll want to check out how clean the area is, whether there's nearby restaurants and cafes, and is it walkable? Visit in person will also help you gauge accessibility. How easy is it to get there? Can you reach it in one direct train ride, or do you have to transfer 3 times? Experiencing these neighborhoods firsthand makes it much easier to cross off the ones that don't meet your needs.
Yes, and don't always think that staying in city center is best, because you might prefer the suburbs or rural living, if that's what you're used to. Now, as tourists, we tend to focus on big cities and all the attractions those big cities have to offer. But the truth is that David and I have never lived in a big city. We've always lived in the suburbs because we like the quiet, the low rents, and the peace of being about 20 to 30 minutes outside of the city. So no matter where we move to, I think we're going to be living in a suburb, which requires a lot more research because there aren't as many blogs and vlogs made about the suburbs as there are about the major cities. The same with rural areas. Are you happy with the access or the lack of access you have in a rural area? Only you can decide that, but the peace, open space, and lower cost of living in rural areas can be a big selling feature for a lot of people.
Next up is transportation. You have to ask yourself, do I like the transportation options available at this destination? For example, is it important to you that you can ride your bike everywhere, like in the Netherlands? Do you want great public transportation options like Tokyo, where owning a car is unnecessary and uncommon? If you prefer driving, can you find an affordable used car or an affordable parking in your destination? A quick search on Facebook Marketplace can give you an idea of used car prices in your destination, helping you determine if driving is a realistic option. Because choosing the right location isn't just about where you live, but also how easily you can get around.
Another major factor to consider is grocery stores, because if you can't find the ingredients you need to make a decent meal, you're not going to enjoy living there. For example, a staple in our diet is canned beans, and in many Asian countries, they're nearly impossible to find. Now, if we're lucky, we might come across some dry beans, but I personally have no interest in spending hours soaking beans and cooking them. And while I know this might sound minor, trust me, when it comes to food, you like what you like, and your eating habits are some of the hardest things to change. So, if you don't enjoy the produce or the ingredients available in the local markets of that country may not be the right fit for you. That's why on your next scouting trip, don't just visit the tourist spots. Go grocery shopping and ask yourself, can I see myself eating the food from this store for the next 5 years? If the answer is no, then it's probably not the right place for you to call home.
Beyond grocery stores, it's also important to check out shopping malls and furniture stores. Are the things you regularly buy easy to find, or will you constantly struggle to get what you need? Again, ask yourself, can I see myself shopping here for the next 5 years? Will I be able to find the essentials I use the most?
We also recommend furniture shopping while you're there, because so many people waste $5,000 to $10,000 on a shipping container when that budget can buy you all new furniture in your destination. Or you can take advantage of many of the fully furnished properties available as well.
It's also worth researching online shopping options. Every country has its own platforms, and knowing what's available can make life much easier. For example, in Thailand, we discovered Lazada, which is basically the Amazon of Southeast Asia. So during your scouting trip, ask the locals about the most popular online websites. It could save you a lot of hassle later.
Next, consider whether your destination offers the leisure activities you love. After all, what's the point of moving somewhere if you can't enjoy your favorite pastimes? For us, salsa dancing is a big part of our lives, but not every country and not every city has a thriving Latin dancing. So wherever we go, we like to make it a priority to find the local salsa community. I also love meditation, so if the city has a great meditation space or meditation group, that's a huge bonus for us as well. But whether you're into golf, pickleball, or something else entirely, it's important to check if you can continue your hobbies in your new home. A place might look good on paper, but if it doesn't support the lifestyle you enjoy, it might not be the right fit for you.
We typically find community through our activities because it's easy to make friends with other salsa dancers. You're going to see each other every week for dancing, and over time you typically get invited to things as things come up until real friendships are formed. But you will have to find activity that will lead you to finding community, because spending years isolated is no way to live. And if all of your hobbies are solo activities, you can also try meetup groups and Facebook expat groups to find community activities. I especially find going to meetups where locals are trying to learn English really beneficial for making friends and making connections. I've also seen hiking meetups that seem fun and a great way to meet new people.
Now, one thing I didn't realize was important to me until I didn't have it is access to nature. Now, for me, being around water and trees is essential. Whether it's rivers, lakes, or the sea, I feel most at peace when I'm surrounded by greenery and flowing water. Now, when a destination lacks that, I start to feel a bit starved for it. So, you have to ask yourself, do I need nature nearby to feel happy? If so, make sure your new home has some kind of environment and nature that makes you feel good. This can be an easy thing to overlook, but it can be a huge difference in your day-to-day life and in your state of mind.
Along those lines, weather is also important to consider. Moving to a gray, rainy London from sunny Florida is a big change. And people sometimes underestimate how much the weather can severely affect your mood and well-being. So be honest with yourself. Even if everything else is perfect, but the weather sucks, you probably won't enjoy living there. So decide whether you want 4 seasons or just 2 rainy seasons and dry season, and find a place that fits that. My criteria is that temperatures don't go below 44 degrees. That's a minimum cold range before I get miserable. I don't mind the heat at all, whereas I know a lot of people can't tolerate the heat. So know yourself when it comes to the weather.
Another thing to consider is the language. Are you excited and motivated to learn a new language? Because it does take thousands of hours of practice and several years to master a language. Are you up to that or not? If you're not up to the challenge, you might have to stick to countries where your native language is widely spoken.
Next up is healthcare. For this, I look on Google Maps to see if I can find all the specialists I need. And I read the reviews for the specialists. So see if you can find a highly rated dentist and family doctor while you're there. I also like to read firsthand accounts on what it's like going to the hospital in certain places. Usually, blog articles and YouTube videos can clue you into that. These resources can make it easier for you to decide if you would feel comfortable using the healthcare system in your city of your choice.
Next up is crime statistics. Now, I always like to see if the crime rates in my chosen destination are lower or the same as my hometown. My biggest concern is the murder rate, but naturally looking at rates of thefts is also useful to know as well. But if I see the crime rate is low, I can feel safe about moving there and investing both my time and my money to immigrate there.
But picking a new home is not only about these factors. I'd also say the emotional side of a destination is important as well. Does this destination match your vibe? Do you feel comfortable here? Do you feel at peace? Do you feel inspired or motivated by this destination? In general, if this spot is giving you good vibes, you know you found a good spot. But if the city confuses you, stresses you out, or even pisses you off, maybe this is not the best destination for you.
And if you have a family, school is another big concern. Can you find affordable international schools for your children? Or can your children learn the local language so that they can attend public school? Alternatively, do you plan on doing online schooling or even homeschooling? I only know that no family should make the big move until they have solved this schooling problem. But once you find a place that gets high marks in these 15 categories, I think it'll be easy for you to pull the trigger and apply for a visa and start your big move abroad. What about you though? What countries are high on your list of places to relocate to? Now we're still debating between Thailand, Portugal, and Mauritius currently. But let us know in the comments below your top countries to relocate to and whether you've done a scouting visit yet or not. And naturally, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you can follow our journey to 100 countries and to see where in the world we wind up relocating to. As always, world travelers, thanks so much for watching. Thank you for sharing with all your travel pals, and happy travel planning until next time. Bye.